Oh my gosh. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzbook TV here, aka G Lord 33, and I'm back here tonight with your Monday Night Raw review and results for April 8th, 2019, aka the Raw after WrestleMania. Hey, can you guys hear me? Hold up. Let me make sure you guys can actually hear me. You guys can hear me, right? All right, you guys. All right, good. But anyway. Yes, the Raw after WrestleMania. And usually this is supposed to be a show that we're supposed to be excited about. All right? This is supposed to be the best show Monday Night Raw puts on all year. Because we all know 51 weeks out of 52 weeks, Raw is complete garbage. But usually the Raw after WrestleMania is actually pretty good. It's when we get to see new storylines start to be developed. We get to see new superstars make their debut on the main roster. Calls from NXT. We get ready for a superstar shakeup. And it's like a start over. It's a new season. All right? It's a new season for WWE. But tonight's Raw after Mania, and yes, it had its moments, but overall, this Raw after Mania was the worst Raw after Mania we've seen in years. In years. Easily. All right? Easily. And I didn't think it would be that bad. I really didn't think that. But, wrong. It's my fault for believing Monday Night Raw, even the night after Mania, that they could give us a good show. Even after a good WrestleMania last night, even though I'm still very salty about Sasha Banks and Bayley losing the women's tag team titles, still, it was overall a good WrestleMania, the best WrestleMania in the last couple years. It's still and I apologize. I wasn't able to get my WrestleMania review recorded. All right. I was not able to get the WrestleMania review recorded. I fell asleep. I was so tired after watching 8 hours of wrestling last night. I fell asleep, and I was planning on doing the review this afternoon, but I wasn't able to. So I apologize for you guys about the WrestleMania review. Let me know. All right, slap a like on this video, and also comment if you guys really want me to put a WrestleMania review up. If you guys want it, I'll try my best tomorrow to get it up. If you guys don't, we'll just but hey, one good thing I got to talk to my boy Moose. If you guys know Moose, he's the guy that I used to do the Legit Shoot podcast with. Moose stopped watching the product, but Moose actually watched WrestleMania last night, and he was watching Raw tonight, but he had to do something, so he didn't watch the full show. But overall, this was not a good Raw after Mania. It had its moments, and I'm happy. We'll talk about Sasha Banks. I'm happy she was on this shit show. All right. But I don't know. It looks like WWE is, it looks like they're kind of moving Sasha and Bayley away from the women's tag team titles. All right. Because Sasha was not on Mania tonight. I mean, not Mania. She was on Raw tonight. And Bayley lost to Alexa Bliss, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure, he's sleeping. He was very pissed about, well, it wasn't that he pissed, because he predicted that Sasha and Bayley were going to lose. He was just, disappointed. But the thing about it is, he's seen Sasha lose so many times that it doesn't really affect him. He wasn't surprised. And I shouldn't have been surprised either, but still. But, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. This is one of the best places to get all your wrestling news. And without wasting any more time, let's get straight into Monday Night Raw. All right. So basically the show started off with hold on, let me see. I misplaced my notes. I have them right here. The show started off with Seth Rollins. Yes, Seth Rollins came out. And basically, Seth Rollins came out, and hold on. My notes are all messed. Here we go. Seth Rollins came out, and they started chanting, and the Barcade Slender, they always bring it every single time. They were very, very loud and excited for tonight. They started off with saying full-time champ. full-time champ, and I would have done the same champ too because it's good. Finally, we have a full-time Universal Champion. It's not Goldberg, it's not Brock Lesnar, it's none of this part-time garbage. It's a full-time champion. I'm happy. All right, that's Seth Rollins, and he's the best man for the job. I don't even think we see Roman Reigns tonight. All right, and we'll probably discuss that later. But Seth Rollins admitted that he used questionable tactics. Seth Rollins, if you guys remember last night, he used a low blow on Lesnar. Remember, Seth is a babyface, but he did it because Lesnar attacked him before the match, so he found that as being fair, and he said he didn't do anything that Lesnar wouldn't have done himself, which is true. Lesnar probably would have done a low blow himself. All right, we don't know Lesnar, but afterwards, Kofi Kingston comes out with the New Day's music. The crowd goes absolutely wild. I love it. And, I didn't get to say this in my review, but if you guys know me, I'm a huge Kofi Kingston fan. When I was in middle school, 10, 11 years ago, when Kofi was just starting out in WWE, I'm not even middle school. I was in friggin' elementary school when Kofi Kingston first started out. When he was feuding with Randy Orton in 2009 at MSG Arena. And, he was winning tag team titles with Evan Bourne, winning Intercontinental Championships against Drew McIntyre, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I always thought, when is Kofi going to get that main roster championship, that main World Heavyweight Championship? And, he never got it. Never even got an opportunity. And I was very emotional when Kofi won. And I didn't get to show it on the stream because I ended the stream after Sasha and Bailey lost, like I said I would. But definitely, man, it was a fantastic moment. I'm very happy for Kofi Kingston. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's also a Grand Slam champion, which I see not a lot of people mentioning. Kofi's a Grand Slam champion. He's won multiple IC championships. He's won multiple United States championship. He's a 5-time tag team. Not even, no. I think Kofi's like an 8-time tag team champion with the New Day. I mean, not the New Day. He's won 5 tag team championships with the New Day, and I think he had like 3 or 4 reigns before that. He won the title reign with R-Truth, Evan Bourne. So, I think he's like a 7 or 8-time tag team champion, which is incredible. But I was very emotional, and I'm glad to see. I'm hoping Kofi's title reign lasts for a while. I know with WWE, most people are predicting he's going to be a transitional champion. I hope not. I really hope they let Kofi hold that title for a couple months. Maybe 3, 4. I kind of hope they let Kofi hold the title at least till SummerSlam. I know Kofi's not going to go and have some long title reign like AJ Styles or Cena or Bryan or Punk or anything like that. But I would love to see Kofi hold the title, at least through SummerSlam. That would be pretty sick to me. He deserves it, all right? I just hope that he doesn't, take the title off him just because. Yeah, we got the moment. He won at Mania and they just take the title. No, Kofi deserves to hold the title for at least a couple months going to the summer. Moose is texting me. He said, "Thank God Kofi is still champ." Which we'll talk about because where the segment all led, and most people were thinking that Becky was going to come out because they had the clean sweep, the 3 biggest matches of the night with Rollins versus Lesnar, Kofi versus Bryan, and then the women's main event, triple threat main event, winner take all match. We all had those 3 babyface winning. And we all thought they would celebrate by being in the ring together tonight. But they didn't do that. Instead, what they did, and a funny moment here, Big E did the splits, all right, which was hilarious. But basically, Kingston said he was watching the winner-take-all match last night, and he wanted to do the same thing. So he decided right then and there that he was going to challenge Seth Rollins for a winner-takes-all match. So basically, the Universal title and the WWE title would be on the line. Winner takes all. And when I heard about this, because I was coming out of work when Moose texted me that this was happening, I got scared. I go on Twitter and a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, this is a great idea." I'm like, why is this a great idea? All right, first of all, the brand split, we've already talked about this in the last couple of weeks. The brand split is over. All right. Yes, I know WWE has the big Fox deal that's going to be going down in September, but the brand was over. If you guys look at how many Raw superstars have appeared on SmackDown and how many SmackDown superstars have appeared on Raw in just the last month alone in the build towards WrestleMania, it's ridiculous. The brands don't even feel, exclusive anymore. They really don't. All right. Hopefully that changed with the Fox deal coming in because when the brand split first happened, they made it a point to keep superstars on separate brands. Now they're just letting superstars go. This all started basically with the whole Becky and Ronda situation at Survivor Series, and then we just let it go, let it go. All right, and I don't like it, but you know, I was scared like why would WWE be merging the main event championships? The main event scene on both brands is actually decent. It's the mid card, it's the tag team, it's the women's divisions. Everything else other than the main event scenes that needs focus by WWE. The tag team division in all three categories, SmackDown, Raw, the women's, those divisions are a mess right now. That's where WWE should be putting its focus. And if you want to do that by merging Raw, SmackDown's women's and tag team divisions, you would be doing a huge service. Huge service. All right. There's not enough teams and there's not enough, fair competition on Raw and SmackDown to have separate tag team championships on each brand. It's just not. All right. And yes, the women's tag team titles they go through each brand. Even though I really don't want to talk about the women's tag team championship situation after what happened with Sasha and Bailey last night. I still don't want to talk about it. But hey, when the women's division, there's rumors saying they're gonna merge the belts. I still don't know what they're gonna do about that, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit more when we get to Becky Lynch. But there's no reason to merge the main event championships because look at it. All right, you had the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. All right, back in 2013, and then they merged those two titles with John Cena and Randy Orton. All right, and remember that's when they had the Raw and SmackDown brands. That's when they were all merged. All right, there was only a couple main roster championships, only a couple. But after that, they merged that, and then they created the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Then about 2-3 years later, 2016, we start the brand split. All right, we start another brand split, and then they decide to throw the WWE Championship to SmackDown, and then here comes the creation of the Universal Championship. So now, 3 years later, it's been close to 3 years since the brand split of 2016, and now here we are, and I'm thinking, why are you merging the championships, especially when you have the Fox deal? Are you really gonna have one superstar go through Raw and SmackDown? Like that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You don't need it. I'm fine with the Universal Championship being on Raw and the WWE Championship being on SmackDown. All right. People saying, "Oh, this is a great idea." No, it's not. And then if you do that, you're gonna have to create another new championship. Another new championship. What are you gonna call that championship? The WWE Universal Heavyweight Title? Like, come on. Come on. Let me plug in my laptop real quick before it dies. I don't want it to die like how this show died after an hour and a half. But hey, I got scared because I was like, if Kofi Kingston had lost the title tonight, I would have came on here and rant. I would have ranted for a good 20 minutes, probably got it banned off of YouTube. The things I would have said. I'm being serious. I'm being completely honest with you guys right now. All right. But I'm glad they didn't go that direction. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. I honestly thought we all thought it was going to be Undisputed Era that were going to finally debut. All right. And, they didn't do that. They decided not to. Instead, in the main event with Kofi and Seth, you know what they decided to do? Midway through their match, they're having a pretty, a good back and forth battle. You know who decides to interview instead of Undisputed Era? The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Why? I don't know. Instead of giving us, the the shocking moment with the Undisputed Era finally debuting, a moment we've been waiting for a long time, they decide not to do it. They decide to have the bar of all teams interfere. I don't know why they made this decision, but hey, they did it, and all this led to is a main event tag team match between Kofi and Seth going up against the bar, which Kofi and Seth won when Kofi hits the Trouble Paradise and Seth hits the stomp on Sheamus 1, 2, 3. They celebrate as Raw goes off the air. Like, really? All that you built for 3 hours and you don't even give us a shocking moment for the Raw after Mania. You give us something boring and generic with the bar. And I like the bar, but still, this was not a good spot for them at all. They weren't needed. They weren't supposed to be there. And that's the truth at the end of the day. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Next, there is a chance that Undisputed Era could, interfere or not interfere. They could make their debut on SmackDown Live tomorrow night. If they do, I'll still mark out because I want to see Undisputed Era on the main. It's not that I want to see Undisputed on the main roster, but I don't trust Vince booking them because we all know Vince doesn't know how to book jack shit there on Monday Night Raw. Let's be honest here. But hey, I'm just glad that Kofi's still champ. All right, and I'll keep saying that until he loses the title, which hopefully won't be for a good while. A good while. All right. Next up, what happened next? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just flipping through my notes here. What happened? Oh yeah, we had a Raw Tag Team Championship match. All right, between Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins versus the Revival. This was a rematch of what happened last night with. We remember Hawkins and Ryder, which still is a decision that makes no sense. They end Kurt Hawkins, 269 losing streak or whatever. And basically they decided to do this match again tonight. First of all, wasn't it the Authority just a couple months ago? Weren't they the one that said there's no such thing now as rematches? There's no more rematch clauses. All right, WWE. You want another shot of the title, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. Even though, Ricochet and Aleister Black had how many tag team championship opportunities, but hey, what do I know? Like, what do I know? But anyway, back to what happened. They decide to go with this rematch, all right, with Hawkins and Ryder. And guess what? The Shatter Machine the Revival hit the Shatter Machine on what's his name? They hit the Shatter Machine on Zack Ryder, and basically they forget that Zack isn't the legal man. Kurt Hawkins is, and Kurt Hawkins comes from behind and he rolls up Scott Dawson. 1, 2, 3. Hawkins and Ryder retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Hopefully, I was hoping Undisputed Era would come up, and then, you can definitely do something and have Undisputed Era be the ones who become the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Raw Tag Team Champions. I don't know why they didn't go in that direction by having them debut tonight, but hey, what do I know once again? What do I know? I don't see Riders and Hawkins making it out of that next pay-per-view with the tag team titles, if they even get that long with the titles. All right, I have no idea how long they're going to hold those titles. I don't expect it to be long at all. They won't make it past Money in the Bank with those titles. No chance in hell. All right. Moving on. Next up, we had Baron Corbin. All right, Baron Corbin, basically, was celebrating with Kurt Angle in the ring as Kurt Angle retired. Kurt Angle, we all know, he had his farewell match last night. Even though we wanted it to be against Cena, we didn't. We got Baron Corbin, and it wasn't a good match. I would have said this if I did the review last night. It was not a good match at all. One of the worst, if not the worst, match on this card, on the WrestleMania card. So what happens? Baron Corbin or Kurt Angle sticks his hand out the, thank Corbin for sportsmanship or whatever. I don't know. But Angle, is shaking Corbin's hand. Corbin is taunting to the crowd like, "Hey, look at this! I beat him, but still." But all this would lead us to Angle hitting one last Olympic slam on Corbin, putting him in the ankle lock, of course, until Lars Sullivan. Yes, people, Lars Sullivan finally made his debut tonight. He was supposed to make his debut at was it Survivor Series? I believe it was the night after Survivor Series. Lars Sullivan was supposed to debut, and you know, the guy's a beast. And I apologize for the yawn, man. It's been a very very long couple of days. I'm pretty damn fatigued right now, but oh man, let me get it together. Standing up, and basically he delivers the freak ending, which is his finish. He also does a Moose texts me how much he hates WWE with a passion. Oh man, Moose, don't we all? Don't we all? Honestly, I didn't really care about this because I don't care about Lars Sullivan. I'm sorry, but if you wanted Lars Sullivan to be important, and the thing about it is, Lars Sullivan was supposed to debut months ago on the main roster. Months ago, he was supposed to debut. But what you do, we heard all those stories about how he walked out, how he, just didn't show up to live events or at live shows, tapings, none of that. The guy didn't care at all. At all. But what happened here is I'm trying to look, man. I'm trying to look and stay up at the same time. I'm pretty damn tired. Basically, he kicked Angle's ass. I don't think they're gonna have Angle return next week just to face off in one more farewell match against Lars Sullivan because it's unneeded. It's unneeded. All right, just let him retire. I mean, not let him retire. Just leave it. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. All right. We don't need any more Kurt Angle in 2019. The guy's one of all time great, but it was time to hook it up. All right, it's time to hook it up. Next we had Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. All right, Alexa Bliss is back in the ring, and basically the way he's got is she went on Twitter earlier this afternoon, and she said after hosting WrestleMania, now she wanted to get back in the ring, and sorry guys for the yawning, man. Oh man, I'm tired. But just think about it, man. I'm just not. And I've seen Lars Sullivan's work in NXT, but I'm just not buying the guy right now. I feel like it's gonna take. How long is it gonna take him to be buried on the main roster? Like, let's be serious. He'll probably be married or not married. He'll be buried on the main roster by the end of Money in the Bank. Like he's gonna get his ass kicked. Like, let's be serious here. Let's be real. But Alexa Bliss comes out and she challenges Bayley and Sasha Banks to a match, not a handicap match. She said, "Whoever wants to step up, face me 1-on-1 in the ring tonight." All right, and basically Sasha Banks posted a picture of how Alexa Bliss made her challenge, and she basically said something like, "I don't think it was challenge accepted." It was something. But what happened is Bayley came out, and the noticeable thing is Sasha was on the show at all tonight. Didn't appear on the show. Maybe Sasha's still just, maybe she's just not feeling good. Maybe she got injured. But Sasha Banks did not appear on Monday Night Raw at all tonight. Maybe she'll be there tomorrow at SmackDown Live and make a surprise appearance. I wouldn't be surprised, right? You want to send the bar to Monday Night Raw for meaningless moments that don't really matter at the end of the day. But hey, what do we know? What do we know? The way this match, wasn't that good at all. Wasn't that good. There was a very, very concerning moment where what's his name? When I think it was trying to think. I'm telling you, man, when I'm tired, I just lose my train of thought. All I know is that we were talking about Alexa. All right, we were talking about Alexa, and basically, I liked her role, as the on the TV personality. I don't want to see her back in the ring. It's not that she sucks; it's that she's just not that good. And this is the Raw after Mania. You should have your best ready, your best plans all set out. Like, let's be serious here. I always come prepared. Um, but basically, Alexa Bliss wins this match in a couple minutes. And the really scary spot is. All right, I just had to check a text message. My bad. But basically, Sasha was not at ringside, and there was a scary moment where Bailey goes for like a sunset flip, and then we know the reports have said that Alexa Bliss has a history, and this goes back all the way to her modeling / cheerleading days, that she has a history of concussions, and we know WWE. And what does Bailey do? And everyone here knows I can't stand Bailey. I can't stand Bailey. The only reason why I supported her huggable ass is because she was with Sasha Banks. That's it. All right. And, Bailey, she does a sunset flip. Alexa hits her head right on, one of the exposed, what's it called? Tabernacles, I think. That's what it's called. But it really pissed me off. All right. Really pissed me off that this is the way they go. Alexa Bliss hits her signature DDT. She wins in her return to in-ring action. And there's rumors saying that they're planning a Becky Lynch Alexa Bliss feud again. Now with Becky as champion. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss has had her time in the spotlight. Go back to doing your moment of bliss or your interviews backstage, since those are way more entertaining than seeing you in the ring. All right. Since part of me wanted to believe that Sasha Banks was going to turn heel tonight, Sasha wasn't even on the card, so there's no point. And like I said earlier, it looks like they're slowly pushing Sasha and Bailey out of the. Maybe Sasha and Bailey will be there at SmackDown tomorrow night, and maybe they'll do a rematch. They could easily do that, or maybe they'll announce something for Money in the Bank. All right, even though that's still kind of like a long ways to go from now, but it's definitely. What can I say? This Alexa looked decent in there. I'm talking about this way, the way she looked. Not talking about the match, because the match was not good. Match was not good. And they need to split Sasha and Bailey. Sasha is too good. She's the best female wrestler in the world. And I've said this 1,000 times. All right, Sasha needs to be split from Bailey. It's that simple. You have the Superstar Shakeup next week. You have the easiest opportunity. Easiest. I'm worried. I'm very worried, to be honest with you guys, for Sasha Banks. I have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe Sasha gets moved to SmackDown and Bailey stays to Raw. If they decide to do this breakup thing, it could definitely work. But we'll have to wait and see. And you guys may be wondering, why aren't you ranting about Sasha Banks more? I did all my ranting on the rant from last night. It's one of the reasons why I'm so tired. I can't do another Sasha Banks rant after last night. Go watch that one if you guys want to know what I was saying to myself. Next up. What's next? Tell you, man, I can't even keep track with all the nonsense that happened tonight. Oh yeah, next up we had Becky Lynch, and I'm gonna skip the promo. I don't care about the promo really. They had Becky come out. She had the Raw Women's title around her waist, and she had the women's championship that she won. I think it was 2006. I think that's the one they were looking for. And basically, when it came to Becky's championship speech, there was nothing all that special. There really wasn't. It wasn't. It was good. They looked good, but at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense. And that's just me being honest. That's me being honest. Becky's and Ronda Rousey was on Raw tonight. Charlotte was not on Raw tonight. We know Rousey's taking time off, and we will see when she comes back. But, Becky, relentless. Relentless. All right. But basically, Becky talked about how this is only the beginning. She still couldn't believe she was still lost for words of what and the amazingness that we saw last night. Definitely. All right. But the whole Becky situation. Becky leaves the ring after she's done with her promo, and Lacey Evans comes out. And of course, you think Lacey Evans is gonna come all the way down to the ring, and then show job. Not show job. Whole job. Let's be serious here. It's just being honest here. Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans in a program after Mania. That's the best WWE has planned to do. Hey, you have Sasha Banks on the sideline not doing anything. Why don't you set up a Sasha Banks and Becky program that has 5-star class written all over it? Let's be serious here. I definitely want to go on a prediction right now because with the brand split and the Superstar Shakeup happening tomorrow night, I definitely think people like Becky who are dual champions, they got to come to a decision. Either they want to be the Universal title on Raw or the WWE Championship champion on SmackDown. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm not in the mood and I'm not interested in a Lacey Evans Becky Lynch program. Why the hell would I care about that? You hear the crickets? Yeah. Why the hell would I care about Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch when Lacey Evans is the only time she's ever wrestled in the ring was at one of the NXT TakeOver pre-shows? Let's be serious here. Becky Lynch's speech wasn't that good. Her versus what's this clown's name? Versus Lacey Evans, that's gonna be set up. Probably, maybe Money in the Bank. We'll have to wait and see. All right. My guy had to get in contact with me about that. But Becky's, title victory wasn't that good. It didn't feel that special. It felt way more special tonight, if we're being completely honest. All right. Moose texting me. My boy Moose is in the chat, bro. One of the things that help is back in the day I used to have Moose when we were co-hosting. When I was tired, I could at least take a couple seconds as a break and just have Moose talk and vice versa. Now with me being the only guy doing the review, it's a struggle. This is what Raw does to you people. And there's a reason why I didn't give you guys a WrestleMania review last night. I would have probably fell asleep live on camera during a WrestleMania review. I'm just trying to get through this for you guys. I'm not looking forward to that. Nah. Moving on. Aleister Black and Ricochet go up against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. All right. First of all, I was like, why is this match being turned on? All right. Why are we having this match? All right. Ricochet and Aleister Black are still working together. But what I expect with the Superstar Shakeup, I expect Ricochet to be moved to either Raw or SmackDown and then vice versa for Aleister Black. So either Black will be on Raw and Ricochet will be on SmackDown, or Black will be on SmackDown with Ricochet on Raw. I love them together as a tag team, but I don't expect them to be a tag team much longer. WWE still has them as NXT when they come out because I guess they're waiting for the Superstar Shakeup to make them officially on a part of one brand. All right, so this will probably be the last week we have to see Ricochet and Aleister Black on pay-per-view, Raw, and SmackDown because I do have a little bit of fatigue, but I never get tired of singing, or humming along to Ricochet's theme song. One of my but the way this match ended, Ricochet delivered a code breaker to Chad Gable to win the match, and after the match, Roode and Gable attacked Ricochet and Aleister Black. I don't know if this means heel turn for Roode and Gable. I'm definitely for it because that means we will finally get a heel Bobby Roode. And maybe that will eventually lead to the Bobby Roode from NXT back in 2017. During that time, Bobby Roode was the best heel in all of NXT and all of the WWE. Back when, at the height of his glorious gimmick. I would love to see Bobby Roode turn heel again. I've been waiting for this, or I've been waiting for Bobby Roode to be heel again since he got to the main roster in SummerSlam 2017. All right. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Maybe this will eventually lead to Bobby, turning his back on Chad Gable. I can definitely see that happening. And hopefully that means Roode can finally be a singles competitor again. But hey, before we get that far, let's see the Raw Tag Team division get built up. They clearly need more teams there. And hopefully that becomes a focus with the Superstar Shakeup. What happened next? Next up, yeah, we had Dean Ambrose, and this was pretty mixed thing for me. So we had Dean Ambrose versus Bobby Lashley. They advertised this as being Dean Ambrose's final match in WWE, his final match, and the fact that it wasn't the main event, because I thought they would make a bigger deal of Dean Ambrose. Dean is a Grand Slam champion. He's been on the main roster now for 6-7 years at this point, and he's done a lot in his time. He's definitely a future Hall of Famer if he chooses not to come back. I can definitely see him coming back one day, 10 years from now, maybe less, way less than that, and they probably do some, Shield reunion against some crazy team, 5-6 years from now. But hey, it is what it is. What else? What else happened? I'm honestly, I'm really tired. But where is it? Where is it? We had Dean Ambrose versus Bobby Lashley, and Dean makes it his way to the ring. Bobby Lashley comes out, and Leo Rush isn't talking, and I noticed that right away. Usually, when it comes to these things, Leo Rush is very vocal. He's singing Bobby's praises, but Leo doesn't say anything. He's at a loss for words, and he gives the mic over to Bobby Lashley. And we all know Bobby Lashley or Bobby Trashley. We know he has no charisma. He has no skill when it comes to the mic. Let's be serious. So basically, all Bobby said is, "Hey Dean, when you leave, I'll make sure to take care of your wife." And we all know, Renee Young is Dean Ambrose's wife. So basically, this pissed Dean Ambrose off, and he attacked Lashley. Where this would lead to, they started brawling around the arena, and basically this led up the entrance ramp. Dean then, lands, he drops Lashley with a DDT on the stage, and then he clears off the announce table. It looks like he's about to put Lashley to a table. Well, basically, Lashley recovers, and basically he hits Dean with a spear and then puts him to the table. And then the segment ended with Renee Young and a bunch of medical staff over Dean Ambrose, making sure he was all right. I don't know what this is leading to. All right, maybe they're planning on keeping Dean in WWE. It would be weird because they announced all the way back in January, that Dean was leaving the night after WrestleMania. All right, and it's very weird that Dean didn't have a match last night at Mania. Maybe he chose not to. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I just saw something really funny. Well, where is it? Basically, oh yeah, we're talking about Dean. I don't know. This might keep him WWE just a little bit longer. Maybe he signed a 10-day contract or signed for a couple more months, and we were mistaken. I don't know. Because they said he was leaving after the main. They could easily just ignore this and then move Bobby to something new next week. Hey, but still, I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're doing with Dean Ambrose. Don't know if he's actually staying or not, or if he's leaving. No idea. But next up for the IC Championship, we had Finn Balor versus a returning Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out tonight, and he came to a very huge pop. He got on the mic and he said, "Do you guys remember me? All right, my name is Sami Zayn, and it's been a while." And He said his schedule was open these days because he had been doing so many events and media for WWE. Not really enough these days. And WWE dies, of course. Look at that crap. Wait. All right. Anyway, moving on, and I keep losing my place. Sami Zayn was really good to see him. He appeared at first to be a babyface, and after he asked for a buy-in, and you could tell Vince was not really feeling that at all. Even Sami Zayn wasn't feeling that. That's to be honest. I was thinking about. I'm sorry, I daydreamed again. I was thinking about Sami Zayn back in his NXT days when he was actually relevant. All right, but it was a good Mania. What's next? What's in Finn Balor? My bad. I apologize. But when it comes to Sami Zayn and Finn Balor, this match, nothing that special came from it. All right, it was a good match, and I enjoyed seeing Sami bring back the Blue Thunderball, the Blue Thunderbomb as he goes for the pin. Finn kicks out at 2.5, and then Sami goes for the Haluva kick with what's his name? No, with Finn Balor dodging it. Then he hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Finn wins, retains the Intercontinental Championship. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. All right, but afterwards, Sami Zayn just crap, absolutely crap on the WWE Universe. Talking about, yeah, you guys missed me. My whole time I was gone, but I didn't miss you. All right. I don't know. So basically, the whole point of this was Sami Zayn was babyface for one match, and then they turned him back into a heel. Definitely gonna see what they very similar. So basically, the whole point of this was Sami Zayn was babyface for one match, and then they turned him back into a heel. Definitely gonna see what they do with Sami Zayn going forward. They could definitely continue the Finn. Definitely would love to do that. All right, but do that. All right, but it was good. After the Sami Zayn segment, my bad. I'm so tired tonight. Basically, the last thing we'll talk about before we get out of here, the Undertaker came back and interrupted the lives. What made it past? Basically, the last thing we'll talk about before we get out of here, the Undertaker came back and it's here. Okay, Elias is in the ring and he's playing his guitar, John, calling them the finger, all this stuff, and he's rapping. That stuff's been crazy for Kofi and the New Day since Mania. They legit have no sleep. Crap about the Undertaker. He's like, Elias is like, keep the famous song. It was great to see the Undertaker. The guy looked great tonight. Loved seeing him do his entrance. He had his straps down already. Back, but for all y'all saying that Undertaker made the show, then I know he didn't, you fucking clowns. He didn't at all. All right, yes, he's one of the best of all time. But still, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not right. At the end of the day, for what's his name? Not at all. Was 8 hours not enough with these long entrances? Nah, we gotta continue that on Raw tonight. But people will say Monday Night Raw was really good tonight because the Undertaker finally returned. What? The Undertaker should not even be in a wrestling ring at his age. The fact that he actually flew out to New York just for that segment makes no sense. And I guess the Undertaker's Starcade beef is at now. His hair was back to normal and no one really complained. So. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm really tired. I know this wasn't one of my best reviews. I'm just really tired. WrestleMania weekend takes it out of you, man. We had NXT TakeOver, WrestleMania Raw, and then we still have SmackDown Live tomorrow night to get through. But I want to thank you guys for everything that came to the Raw review tonight. Can't stand what Raw did tonight with the Superstar Shake-Up, but it's honestly whatever. We can't do anything else in that point. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'll see you guys back here for the SmackDown Live review tomorrow night. Thank you guys for everything. Have a great day, guys. Or have a great night, guys. Peace.